Hey guys, I'm Will and welcome back to my lifestyle YouTube channel where I am going to be unboxing my groceries and talking about my day. And no, I'm joking. It's an art channel. We're going to be drawing, but maybe I'll unbox my groceries after 100 subs. You never know. Anyways, the practice gods have deemed that I continue practicing drawing every day as often as you can. So what I'm gonna do is I found these Magic the Gathering cards. Magic is super well known for having all this like really amazing artwork in it. I'm gonna take one of these cards at random and see if I can recreate my own version of that card based on the title and the description. Okay, so random choice is Jade Bearer. Jade Bearer, the Merfolk Shaman. I'm gonna need some paper. Alright, Jade Bearer, Merfolk Shaman. It is a creature, and it doesn't do very much. Sisora wore this, who defeated the tyrant of Azkanta, and before her, blah 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 blah. Anyway, looks like some kind of mermaid. So, let's get to it. Got my pencil here. Okay, so starting to block off this creature here, I'm not going to go with the pose that's on the card because that defeats the whole purpose. Then I would just be copying it, which would probably be pretty challenging anyway. But what I'm going to do is just draw some little circles here and see where that takes me. Kind of liking this like 3/4 angle view here. So a lot of times you see finished artwork and you think, wow, that person must be really talented. But a lot of what you don't see is what's happening right here. This many hours of just chicken scratches and nonsense and don't necessarily know where it's gonna go, if it's gonna go anywhere. Then you have piles and piles of work stacked up that's just nothing. And that really enforces the idea of practice. And no one gets anywhere without practice. You seriously have to dedicate yourself to it. Like when I was young, I would always try and search for the answer, you know, like how do you get good at something? And people would always just say practice, and that would be so dang infuriating. Like I know practice, but what else? What's the secret? It turns out that's the secret. Even more hours than you have to spend in your day, you must be practicing. Practice 40 hours a day, essentially. Anyone who gets that joke, let me know in the comments. There's a really high chance we're already best friends if you do. Okay, so what I've got going here so far is just a rough sketch of something that I think is Merfolky, Shaman-y, maybe, even. Maybe it needs quite a bit more jewelry because she's supposed to be the Jade Bearer. But at this point, I'm going to give up that pencil so you guys can see a little bit clearer. I'm going to go to a darker pencil. I don't know if the merfolk person's going to have ears. Would they have ears? Like a fish ear? Was that like a hole? I don't know. Definitely going to have some kind of finny type things. And the bottom half, kind of like the Little Mermaid. That's it, I'm drawing the Little Mermaid. So when you're working on a sketch, and especially when you're just knocking out an idea and you don't have the finished sort of path laid ahead of you, you always want to work as light as possible. And I've said this before, you just want to take the lightest pencil, lightest amount of paint, whatever, and just go. You don't need to worry about messing up. Basically, you just need to put marks on the page. And if it's bad, you got all these other pages to work with. It won't be that bad though. If you start out light, you can always continue layers, build on it, make changes. And you can tell from what I'm doing that the marks that I'm making are just very tentative. They don't really matter. Not yet anyway. When we start moving on to the pen, that's when they're gonna matter. But even then you can fix them. You don't need to worry too much about anything. You just need to make marks on the paper. That's the most important part. Now this is sort of a humanoid sort of creature, but not quite. Which is kind of a bonus actually, because then you can just sort of make up whatever features you want. They don't have to be perfect. In fact, it doesn't have to be perfect anyway. You can do whatever you want all the time. That's half the fun of artwork. I suppose we still want to make her sort of desirable looking though. I don't think she's supposed to be a monster. Alright, so for this jewelry, how's it gonna be? Maybe she's holding a big jade stone. That's something a jade bearer might be holding. Alright, because this is intended to be just a little practice session, I'm gonna go straight into inking. For the jewelry, I'm just trying to show illusion of detail. Doesn't necessarily mean blocking in every little piece of carving on these jade pieces. It just means fake it. And if you have enough illusions, it's gonna look pretty good. Where do the shamans get all their jewelry from? Who knows? So if you guys made it to this far in the video, I really commend you, and you get to see the cool time-lapse inking of this piece. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video and what you think about the style. It'd be really interesting to know. So this particular piece that I'm doing, I like well enough that I think it's going to be in my patron set of images. If you go into the description, you can see my patron page, and you check it out, click the link, and for $5 you can start getting your very own art card in the mail every month. And this is going to be the next one. I'm actually really digging how this is coming out so far. I didn't really have any expectations or any plans, but I think it's going to be very cool. I'm going to save the color for a part 2 version of this video. That way I can go into a little bit more depth about my process for that too. But I'm actually genuinely curious, what do you guys think? Could I work for Wizards of the Coast? Could I design magic cards? Maybe. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons, share everything, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.